wholeheartedly welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup could be an interesting one. The Steelers rank in the top 10 in total offense, and they go up against a Colts defense that will need to be at its best. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup. All
right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Play fake here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And they thought they could exploit this defense with some really quick hitters, quick action. They worked on that in practice. We just saw it there.
And we saw them break it down to the fundamentals as well. Each position group had their own little work on it. You know, they worked on a drill here with the receivers, a drill there with the quarterbacks. Then they brought it all together, and now it's paying off in the game.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 8 yards there on a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And let's go through the starting defense for Indianapolis.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
Second down following the run. Back to throw here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this one is incomplete. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Let's go. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And not only did drop it. He dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Play number 8 here on the opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So the opening drive for him here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Let's go!
Prescott now on 2nd down. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Ryan Shazier ran so fast at his combine that many people thought someone actually ran for him. He's a linebacker who ran sub 4.4, and he uses that speed to make plays all over the field.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
Fielded at the 20. There goes a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Leopard! Leopard! Hurry up, here we go! Blue line!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They come out here in the eye. He'll drop to throw. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. On play action, they'll throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
Let's go! Blue line!
And they'll run it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
He'll look to throw, and he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. A good pickup there at 22. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to air one out. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Well, now they'll try the end around. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And they'll go on the ground. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So we've got a 2nd and 5. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Looking to throw, Prescott, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what
the Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to get this one up to the 35-yard line. And now a first down following that long gain. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Colts pick it up. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package.
Here we go.
And a gadget package there won't do much for him. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Prescott. Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. On third down, it's Prescott. 20! And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief, that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they get a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Second and 1 is often an invitation.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Prescott on 1st down. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Let's go.
2nd down, Prescott. He sets to fire deep. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
All right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Prescott now on 2nd down. And he's got his man on the out route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And again, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Prescott yet again. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Pat McAfee now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And it's a fumble. And this is going to get out of bounds through the end zone, and that will go as a turnover as the defense will get it at the 20-yard line. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. The 40, 30, 10, touchdown Indianapolis. Ozzie Newsome, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Let's go. Grand 38.
They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that's incomplete.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's taken on the 25. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go.
A first down throw for Prescott. Caught, Kelsey, left side. 13 yards there on the pickup. And it'll give the Colts a first down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here we go. Ohio.
Prescott on first down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Kelsey out in the slot right. On second down, Prescott again. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. And it's third down.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. One receiver left, 3 to the right. On third down, it's Prescott. He's going to go up top again. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the 4th. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
To throw is Prescott, being chased out left. And no, incomplete. They can't can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the fourth. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And just a simple, basic neutral zone infraction here, partner.
Yeah, when you're ready to launch and go get the quarterback, sometimes you take off a bit too fast.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
An expecting pass. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
4 down, 4 down. All right, here we go. 3-19. All right, now look at 56.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see that sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Now, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football.
Let's go! Black round!
They'll throw again. Prescott. And incomplete here on 3rd down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting to run. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Second down, Prescott. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They come out here in the eye. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Throwing here, Prescott. This will be caught at the 2. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles, and really scatter some people, can't they?
And the offense in a great spot. It's 1st and goal from the 3. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Ozzie Newsome with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. Fighting through. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
A nice gain of 21 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Check back 11. Check back.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Partner, I always loved it when Coach Madden used to talk about the phrase, take what the defense gives you. Well, if you need 6 and they only give you 4, that doesn't help you. In this situation, they're giving you the middle of the field, but you need the sidelines. You have to know when to break the rules.
And that one is incomplete, and now we're inside of 10 seconds. Just 9 remain. And another timeout taken by the Colts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now look at 56. Look at.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now in desperation. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Colts coming out now. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. And this looks to probably be the final play.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for Indianapolis, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.